Hey y'all, Get the Nutritionist here. I'm going to make this video really quick because I talk too much. Point being, right, is potassium helps you with detoxing. It doesn't directly help you neutralize toxins. What it does is it gives energy to the hepatocytes in your liver cells to detox. Very important. So you have all the zinc, right, the magnesium, the vitamin C, the selenium, the glutathione, the other amino acids, right? You have all that kind of stuff, but it won't do anything if you're lacking potassium. And potassium is going to help you energize your liver cells for phase 1, phase 2 detox, and it's going to help you transport those nutrients. Another thing I want to say is if you're detoxing too quick, it might be because you're taking too much potassium, right? Or you're barely easing into potassium. I know the other day is like 4,700 milligrams, right? Or 4.7 grams. Yeah, don't try and hit it, right? Just as you can, do the best with your food and get to that point. I'm gonna scroll down here to a list of the food, right? More or less. Yeah, this is the food list. So yeah, if you're gonna detox, make sure to increase your potassium. If you're the kind of person that came from a plant-based diet, you might be struggling with getting more potassium. Not because of potassium, but because once you start eating more meat, you get more amino acids that are bioavailable, very usable. And what happens is your phase 2 detox, right? Your conjugations start to open up, right? You start to get, the amino acids you need to do glutathione conjugation, amino acid conjugation, bioregulation, you have sulfation, acetylation, and methylation. The one thing you do get plenty enough, right, on a plant-based diet is glucuronidation, because it's glucose. So if you're struggling, start slow, right? If you're the person trying to detox and you do more and you feel okay with it, then good, keep going, right? But don't do too much potassium where you feel terrible. Let me see. If you do too much potassium, it could be an issue, but I really want to go over toxic heavy metals that could impact your potassium. It can mess with it, right? So lead can inhibit your sodium-potassium pump. Mercury damages your sodium-potassium pump. Cadmium, it affects your kidneys and reabsorption of not just your potassium, but your sodium and your calcium and other stuff. Arsenic depletes ATP directly. Thallium can mimic potassium entering into tissues. Barium can actually block your potassium channels, obstructing potassium ions. So in essence, it's like a big truck just blocking the highway, right? And you have a bottleneck, and potassium can't go in. So that's an issue with barium. Aluminum inhibits the sodium-potassium pump. Cesium, rubidium can mimic potassium entering into the issues. So I'm not sure long-term what that looks like. There's not really much on that. But I would say where potassium belongs in the body, it'll be replaced with these things, and that's not a good thing. Because I don't know what their function is or what they even do, right? Because it's mimicking something that it's not. So low potassium or dysregulated potassium can look like muscle weakness and cramps, tingling, numbness similar to peripheral neuropathy, heart palpitations or arrhythmias, change in heart, too fast, too slow, fatigue, of course, that's always the big one for everything. Let's see, you need to have enough magnesium to have potassium work, right? So you get a blood test and you're low potassium, but you're eating plenty of potassium foods. It could be you're low in magnesium. And when this happens, I recommend people do a magnesium chloride lotion. As I say, I would have people beware of the Dead Sea, Zechstein, or sea salt magnesium chloride lotions. Only because it's not pure magnesium chloride, right? It's a mixture with sea salt. And I don't know the measurement of how much salt's in there, how much sodium. And for some people, they notice that when they do these kinds of magnesium lotions, on top of salting their food, that they start to get twitches in their eye, their eyelid, twitches in their face, twitches in their bicep, their arms, their fingers, their muscles, your legs. They start to get twitching, they can't control, and it just kind of happens, right? They're all jumpy. So what I'm saying, right, is there's a better magnesium lotion out there to use. You might want to do a infused unscented magnesium lotion. Only issue is that one runs out pretty quick. So another good alternative that I really like, especially since I'm a person who highly respects Dr. Garrett Smith, nutrition detective, he has a really good quality magnesium lotion. I think it's amazing. It's got clean ingredients, high amount of magnesium per squeeze, about like 510 milligrams, I think. It rubs into the skin well. You don't feel greasy. That's a problem with me because I'm hairy. Ingredients are very clean, right? So I'm a big fan of it. You got a link there. No affiliation. I just think it's a great product, and I do find it's an issue when people try and do a Dead Sea or Zechstein or a sea salt kind of magnesium chloride lotion when they're getting too much sodium and they're getting jumpy. So when you have not enough sodium, you get cramps. When you have too much, you get twitchy. So hopefully that resonates with some people that notice an issue they may be having. Let's see. Potassium helps you with protein synthesis. So think of your ribosomes as a 3D printer. This 3D printer, it helps you with protein translation, RNA activity, cell growth, enzyme production, and you need this to do detox, because your detox requires enzymes, right? Your cytochrome P450s and others, and of course when you're doing your conjugation. Gallbladder is important. If you have it chopped out, it's a big issue, because again, right, you need bile to come out of you, right? So when you like a gallbladder, it's just a little trickle. Again, I have a whole digression there. You could read about it. So my main issue is potassium helps you with bile formation, which is important, right? You need to eliminate bile from your body. Well, the issue is people have done a low-fat diet for quite a while now, and when people do a low-fat diet, high-carb diet, right? What happens is they're not really stimulating the use of their gallbladder, so they have the what you call bile ducts, and you can get sludge in there, you get stones in there, and it's because they're not really using it, right? So I find it important for people to start, incorporating healthy fats into your diet again. Saturated fats. Talking about like butter, right? Like tallow. Talking about like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, right? These are generally good oils to help you to, promote a little bit more of this fat, right? And in the world of people using these GLP-1s, right? Eating more fat can help you with cholecystokinin, so you don't feel hungry. It helps you with leptin, so you don't feel hungry. Helps you reduce the ghrelin, so you don't feel hungry. It helps you with your GLP-1, so again, you don't feel hungry, right? So if you're going to be a person who's, low fat, high carb, and you're always hungry, and you're eating a lot of sugar, it's probably because of that reason, right? You need that fat trigger to satiate you, and not these cholesterol-free oils, right? You want to not do any seed oils, as they're detrimental and it causes more oxidation, inflammation, and people that consume it, as compared to a saturated fat, which is a stable bond. Helps you with all of these conjugation pathways, of course, to energize the enzymes. Again, I'm making this quick. Potassium controls nutrient entry into liver cells. So again, if you're, if you take too much potassium, you can feel odd, right? Especially in the beginning of your detox. Some people can feel wired but tired. You can't sleep, but you're wide awake. Uneasy with faster heartbeat. Some people think they're having a heart attack, but they're not. It's an arrhythmia. It's just their heart's going too fast because it took too much potassium. So again, if you supplement potassium, again, you don't take a gram or 2 grams or 5 grams. No, it's crazy. You don't want to do that. You make sure you get it from your diet, and if you need to supplement it, you could do a little bit at a time, right? Like 300 milligrams. So it's about being responsible, right? Not having these issues, right? Where you get a short burst of anxiety, big wave fatigue that just hits you and you're tired throughout the day. Over time, we're acne around the forehead and temple. People pee a lot less often, which is great, but you don't want to do it to the point where you're not peeing at all, right? Some people, they pee once a day and they don't feel as good, right? Because when you detox, right, you don't just poop it out, but you pee it out. You sweat it out, and, you detox it out through your hair and nails. So again, right, it's about having more avenues of things coming out of you. And yeah, I just did a whole hour video in less than 10 minutes. So yeah, please, you go to my Patreon, or you could pause the video and you could read it. Please leave a question. If you have any comments, leave a comment, right? Because I want to know what you're thinking, right? And if you have any questions, I could help you understand better, right? Let's see. If you like me, you want me, I can be your nutritionist, right? But only if you like me, right? There's plenty of other people out there that do what I do. But it's a matter of building a personal relationship with your nutritionist, health coach, or whatever you want to call it, right? And to help you, right? Because health can be very perilous when you're doing it alone, right? Very dangerous, like going through a maze, a labyrinth. So it's important you find someone you like, you love, you respect, and you go with them. Now, I feel pretty confident because I have people who have been to many doctors, chiropractors, specialists, other nutritionists, other big-name people on the internet, right? And they don't get any better. But once they come with me, they get better because I do things a lot differently. I have a more detox-focused approach for all the things I do. So eventually you get things out of you, and you start to feel better, and your body becomes more functional, optimal. It does what it's got to do. Very important. So this would have been an hour-long video, but I was recording it and there was no audio. So that sucks. I had a whole, complicated 1 hour deep discussion onto this topic. But yeah, I pretty much summed it up in a very quick way, 10 minutes. It's still way more information than a 30-minute TikTok, right? But yeah, I want people to understand that you need to have more potassium in your body. You get it from your food. You have the list there. And you'll notice you'll feel better when, as you increase your potassium, you have more energy and you feel better. But if you feel like crap when you're taking more, potassium, right? You might need more magnesium, and or you might be doing too much potassium, and that's why you feel like crap, because you're pushing your detox way too hard. Especially if you're a person that's obese and you've done low calorie, you've done different diets, you've done everything, and nothing works. It could be that your body that is holding on to fat soluble toxins. So until you're getting detox running up and well, pretty well, that's why weight loss may be stubborn for you. But again, yeah, everyone, thank you. I love y'all. Have a great day, great weekend. And yeah, potassium's pretty awesome.